Hey there! Have you ever tried to change a habit? Really tried? Only to find yourself right back where you started a few weeks later. It's just so frustrating, right? Well, today, we're going to dig a little deeper. We're going to talk about the powerful, hidden forces that are really running the show when it comes to our behavior. It's time to look beneath the surface.
I mean, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? We set these big goals, we try all the new routines, we muster up all the willpower we can find, but that real, lasting change just feels out of reach. We're about to explore a framework that shows us exactly why that is, and way more importantly, what we can actually do about it.
So to start, let's look at where we usually focus all our energy. It's right there at the surface. We're talking about the part of the problem that's easy to spot, the part that's sticking right out of the water for everyone to see. This is our default mode. We see a behavior we don't like, let's say procrastinating on a huge project, and we try to fight it head-on with things like to-do lists and timers. But here's the thing, that's like trying to get rid of a massive iceberg by just chipping away at the tiny piece you can see. It is exhausting, and it almost never works, because the real weight of the problem, the part with all the power, is totally hidden from view.
Okay, so if the visible behavior is just the tip, then where is all the real power hiding? Well, it's time to take a dive below the waterline and look at the massive, invisible foundation that's actually controlling everything that happens up on the surface.
And this, right here, is our key for today, the iceberg model. It's a really simple but incredibly powerful way to understand why we do what we do. Basically, it says that for every single behavior we can see, there are unseen attitudes, our immediate feelings or thoughts about something, and even deeper, our core values, our fundamental beliefs about what's truly important that are actually driving that behavior.
Let's think about it this way. The visible behavior, up top, is procrastinating on that big project. But why are you doing it? Well, below the surface, the driving attitude might be something like, I'm really afraid to fail. And even deeper than that, a core value might be, I need to feel secure and competent in what I do. See? That fear and that need for security, that's what's really steering the ship and causing the procrastination we see on the surface.
And this quote just nails why this model is so important, especially when we're talking about work or leadership. The most effective leaders, they get this. They understand that to really guide a team, you can't just manage the visible actions. No, you have to understand and connect with the underlying values and attitudes of your people. When those three things, values, attitudes, and behaviors, are all lined up, man, that's when you get real momentum.
So here's the big takeaway. If you really want to change a behavior for good, you have to stop wasting your energy on the tip of the iceberg. You've got to go deeper. You have to start working on that massive foundation of attitudes and values that's holding it all up. That is the only way to make a change that actually sticks.
Okay, so that all makes sense in theory, right? But how do we actually do it? How do we start working on what's below the surface? Well, let's get practical and open up a toolkit with some strategies designed to help us build more constructive behaviors.
Our source material lays out 4 really clear strategies. Think of these as the tools you can start using right away to influence not just your actions, but the attitudes and values that drive them. It all starts with observing yourself, then setting up some helpful cues, defining clear goals, and finally, reinforcing those new patterns.
All right, let's break these down because this is where it all becomes real. First up, self-observation. This just means you have to become a detective of your own mind. So when you catch yourself avoiding that important task, don't just get mad at yourself, get curious. Ask, what was I thinking or feeling right before I decided to check my phone instead? Seriously, write it down. Just noticing the pattern is a huge first step. Second, self-cueing. This is all about setting up your environment to help you win. A great example is leaving your running shoes right by the door. It's a simple, physical reminder, a cue, that nudges you toward the behavior you actually want. Third is goal setting. Don't just vaguely say, I'm going to procrastinate less. That's useless. A much better goal is, I will work on this project for 25 minutes with 0 distractions every single morning at 10 a.m. It's specific, you can measure it, and it's actually achievable. And finally, self-reward. When you hit that goal for a whole week, don't just brush it off. Acknowledge it. Treat yourself to a coffee from your favorite spot, or take 30 minutes to just read a book you love. This creates a positive feedback loop that literally trains your brain to want to repeat that new good habit.
So, now we have the model and we have the tools. And this isn't just some interesting theory. This is a practical map that you can use to navigate your own personal growth and even become a more thoughtful and effective leader for other people.
If you remember just one thing from all of this, please let it be this. Real, lasting change isn't about brute force or just having more willpower. It's about doing the deeper work, understanding what truly drives you, and then carefully aligning your actions with those core values and attitudes.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. That one habit you've always struggled with, or maybe a behavior in a coworker that you just couldn't figure out. Now that you can see the whole iceberg, what do you think might be hiding beneath the surface? And knowing that, what does it change for you?